I wish I had one more day in the week. How many of you have said that to yourself? I'm going to tell you a little story. Maybe I'm going to teach you something here, so bear with me. I was in Nashville at Dan Martell's SaaS boardroom last week, hanging out with there's about 30 of us SaaS founders. We get together a few times a year to learn and grow as leaders and entrepreneurs. And Taylor Welch was one of the speakers. He dropped 52 knowledge bombs on us, incredible wealth of knowledge and learning there, amazing human being. But one of the things that really stood out to me was this concept he had about living life between the margins. He said you could gauge the success of an entrepreneur by how they live life between the margins. And essentially, it's combining different things together, both personal and business, for more efficiency, so you can create more time. And I already kind of started doing this because my earlier years as an entrepreneur, I would burn myself into the ground. I would just work, and never take a break. And then I would need to recharge, so I would go off and do these solo hobbies or veg out in front of the TV, definitely not building relationships or doing anything productive. And I knew I needed, as I grew as a husband and father, I needed to, that wasn't gonna work. So I started to figure out how I could optimize what I was doing. Taylor used the example of, when you go to the gym, listening to podcasts instead of music. But I walk with my wife every day, and we walk for an hour, we catch up, we get quality time, we walk the dog, get exercise. So that's another example. But the one that I realized is phenomenal, and I just got back from King of the Hammers, which is the ultimate off-road racing event. It's probably the hardest off-road racing event in the world. Imagine trucks that can rock crawl over anything that's in front of them, and then race over 100 miles an hour across the desert. And this race goes on for several hundred miles. It's all day long in the desert, and I think only 25% or 35% of the trucks finish. So it's gnarly, it's brutal, but it's an amazing trip. It's an amazing event. So we go do a guy's trip. I think we've done 5 or 6 years now. And I go with some buddies. I take my boys. We're camping, which I love. We're off-roading. We're riding dirt bikes. And then while I'm there, I have a lot of clients that exhibit there and are in the race, so I'm able to see clients and get some business work done, and also creating some content for social media. So it's this incredible culmination of different things all combining together to check a ton of boxes for me. And I was actually worried about going because I had a lot of stuff on my calendar. I was worried about going, but we fit it in anyways. And on the way back, I asked my boys, I'm like, how was that trip? On a scale of 1 to 10, one of them said it was 1,000,000, and the other one said it was the best time of his entire life. So I'm like super glad that we went and we had a blast, and I was recharged, and then I had a great time in Nashville. And and then the key with that is that you fill that free, if you can optimize and combine things, you create more time in your life, and you use that to create more impact and build value in your life. So what I'd like to hear is if you combine things, if you're living life between the margins, tell me how you're doing it. Maybe give me some ideas. Or if I inspired you, tell me a little bit about what you're planning to do. My name's Dana Evans, founder and CEO of Web Shop Manager and Parts Logic. We help automotive retailers sell more parts online. I challenge you to rise up and become the best version of yourself. Thanks.